All right, as I promised, here are the elements that I showed you in part 2. And the batting is underneath. Remember, this is a 5x6 piece of batting. And this piece was cut just, an inch larger. It's not exactly even. I'm fine with that. In fact, it adds to the look that I want. So I'm going to put that over the batting, and that's going to enlarge this piece for me, all right? Now, as a more neutral working background, I'm going to add that little piece to that, okay? So right now I've got 3 layers on there. All right, let's see, what do we want to do with this? We want to keep it simple, not complicated. So let's just put us a little piece of burlap right there. And how about we kind of balance it with that piece right there. Now we've got this stem piece. Do we want it centered? Do we want it tucking over from this side? I like it. I kind of like it like that. Now, do we want the big flower up here? Do we want it over here? Let's just play with it a little bit and see what we like here. We need a leaf in here. Let's try tucking one under here like this. We want to stay composed within that area where the batting is. So this piece here gives us a good idea where that batting is, and we want to stay there because that's what we're going to be sewing, basing everything onto. Let's stick this one right like it's coming out of that stem right there. All right. And maybe this one. Let's take this one and just twist it a little so it flares on both ends. And they are our flower element right in there, other flower element. What do you think? I'm liking that a lot. It's simple, elegant, very doable. I can't see a reason right now. It's very balanced to change anything. Simple elements. I love it. Let's go with it. All right, let's pin it down. Now, I used everything like I had it pulled out, but I don't hold myself to that. If I have pieces that I don't want to use that I had pulled out, that's fine. I chunk them. All right. I don't mean I don't actually throw them away, but I take them out of the process. And sometimes when I get something together, I know it's lacking. So I end up looking for something, some element that I need. So sometimes I have to add something. So you don't, you're not, it's not written in stone. When you get that project pieces put together, the way you think you want it to go, then, work around it. If you don't want something, take it out. If you need to add something more, put it in. A lot of times you don't know what things need until you start sewing them down. And because things look different once they're sewn. And so you think, okay, I need something else. Like, for instance, I might think I need something in this flower. In fact, I think I might really do need something in that flower. What do I need? I have a little bit of that. Would that do it? That might. Just a little piece of it off of a trim here. Just something to give that flower. Yes, exactly. It did need something in the center. Let's pin that in. Okay. I could have used part of this that's torn here. I could have used that. I could have used this because it ties in with this. In fact, I could put it, let's try that. Let's see if I put it behind. Let's do a little fold over here. And if we put that in there, and this over the top, let me pin that down. All right. That's okay. I like that. It's there. It's a scrap or a piece of ephemera, and it's usable. Why not? Okay, so there it all is. Something that looked very bland to start with, just some stuff that, most people throw away. Now it's going to be a gorgeous little wall hanging. Okay. We're going to try to pick some threads to work with. Definitely need something like that to, around that burlap would probably be good. And we've got this for the flower. Let's see what we could use. This would look good on that, and it would look good on this piece right here too for a splash of color. So those three and some dark brown, that ought to do it. I can use the pink or the brown up here on this. Brown would probably do good because once I sew that across, I don't have to sew the orangey stuff. Okay. All right. So those four would make our color choice there. So where do we want to start? Let's see. I believe I'm going to start around the edge of this background fabric because it frays really badly. And what I'm going to do is, I think I'll turn it over and sew it from the back side. Keep it along the perimeter that way. I'm going to use 2 strands of the floss. I'll be doing just basically overcasting, straight stitches, things like that. If I see a place that I want to throw in a little embroidery stitch, you know, I can do that, but embroidery is not the focus. It's just slow stitching, hand stitching, sewing. Just sewing for fun, pleasure, and beauty. So, okay, let's just simply go around the outside edge close as we can stay to it, and still catch the fabric, and I can feel that fabric with my fingers on the other side, so I know I'm into it. And so there's our stitches, okay? I could feel that better than I could feel the do it from the other side. Looking good, looking good. It's not that this thread is going to show that much, but you know, I'm trying to secure, basically this is a utility stitching through here, because I'm trying to get my fabric that I know will fray. I'm trying to get it sewn down, so when it does fray, it'll come up to the stitching and stop. And that's okay. I have a little fringy edge, but that's okay. Add to the look of it. We'll turn the corner here. I can still feel that fabric back there, so I'm still on the right route. Right on, right on. Oh, got me sewed me in a little piece of trash there. Okay. Coming around the next corner. All right, as you can see, I've got one up, one across. I'll be coming down here and here, and then I'll be stitching on the inside. All right, I'm gonna be doing some of this off camera, and then I'll be back as we finish up this piece. Let's get a quick update here. I've got it finished. How about that? Isn't that cute? I think that is just so adorable. And those pieces went together really well, and they're just, I mean, they really are fabric ephemera, aren't they? A piece here and a piece there that have no relation to each other. And yet when we compose them, we end up with fabric art. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love it. And what did I do on the back? Well, I did what I've been doing. I sewed a little piece of fabric to the back of the batting to cover all the stitching there, and then I took some fabric here and made a little casing. And I will do this like I did the others and put a skewer through it, tie a piece of yarn on it, and I will have my little wall hanging. I just love it. Okay, so I wanted to show you what I ended up with, and hope I'm inspiring you to grab those little scraps, make some wall art for yourself. You just can have these little things all over the place, and won't they be cheerful? And every time you look at them, you'll smile. They make your heart happy, don't they? They do mine. All right, Let's be determined. In the midst of the chaos we live in, let's all be scrap happy.